All right, get everyone up to speed here on changing the fuel injector pressure and temp sensor on the 05 Volvo XC90. I didn't see a lot of videos on this one, so I did come across a lot of forums that talked about somehow removing this and being able to get down under the intake with like a wobbly extension and being able to get it without removing the intake. I tried that and I removed the airbox and all this stuff to try to get in there. Disconnected the main harnesses off PCM to get down in there. Did not have any luck, so I went ahead to go ahead and pull the upper intake to do it, which I guess is the way that the dealership would usually do this job. Not really that bad. Got a series of bolts, very easy to get to in the front. Back, not too bad. I was able to get all of them, but this guy right there was getting caught up when I was trying to pull this one off, so I had to remove the brace there just a little bit on one side to get enough play there. And of course, there is a fun little mystery. Where are we at there? Right back there. There is a mystery. There you go. 10mm socket. So make sure you remove the little cover there to be able to access that guy. Otherwise, you'll be yanking on that intake. I'm having a lot of fun. So there we go. We're gonna pull the upper intake and get to the sensor. All right, so now we remove the upper intake to be able to access the sensor. I didn't remove the pigtail from the mass airflow sensor just to kind of avoid some problems. And there's also a couple of emission pieces I didn't want to remove. I kind of got the band style clamp, so I didn't want to have to jack with that. So I just flipped this bad boy side. We're going to do a little cleaning under here, and then we'll do that sensor. Definitely 186,000 miles of love. Ooh, that's a good one. But you can see I already removed the 10mm bolt from there. I just need to remove the pigtail. One thing before you do this, there is a relief valve right here for the pressurized system. So make sure to throw a rag. Just kind of hit that little Schrader valve in there to release the pressure. Make sure to throw a rag over there so you don't get any crap in your face. And all right, to be continued. All right, sensor is out. See right there. We're going to go ahead and clean that area up too before we put the new sensor back in. There's the pigtail I removed. Just remember, you're going to have to hit that guy with a little flathead screwdriver to pop it off. Don't bust that. Don't be that guy. Here is the new part. I got this one from the dealer. There's the part number there. Sure, I didn't try aftermarket. They told me it wasn't available. I tried one place. How those guys usually operate, and I could have gone to the next store and probably got this guy for $50, but this is about $150 from the dealer. There's the old one. Just got that one O-ring seal. Make sure we got a seat in there well. And then just the 10mm bolt we have to replace to make sure it seats in place. So I'm going to do that next. We'll get this guy cleaned back up, and then we'll go over resealing this intake next. All right, we've got things cleaned off, ready to reseal. Went ahead and went through and cleaned up pretty well. Half a can of brake cleaner takes at least 86,000 miles off. It's a miracle. Now, one thing, after we get the gaskets back on here and you go to put the intake back on, you're going to be one tricky little spot on this guy. You got this tube that's got to connect up right here. So just be careful lining that back up, and let's get that on next. All right, we got the intake all buttoned back on. Hope you had as much fun torquing those bad boys down as I did. So now we're just going to clip in the last couple hoses, throw that air box. All right, we had to take a quick step back. I had a emissions line that was pinched, and I couldn't quite get it to the bottom of that intake there, so I just popped the throttle body off real quick. Just 2 nuts top, 2 nuts on the bottom, and you know, once I get this guy off, the sad part is You can see that sensor under there pretty easily. So hopefully you watch this whole video first, and I'm going to try to take that throttle body off, and you should be able to get to it. I'm not going to retry, but it looks like if you could do a little customizing on like a little open-in 10-socket wrench, you could get it no problem.